Otu ụbọchị onye nwe anyị ga-abịa, oge unu hụrụ n'anya ndị mmehie a ga-eti ya aka n'obi. Otu ụbọchị onye nwe ga-abịa, oge unu hụrụ n'anya, asị m ndị mmehie a ga-eti ya aka n'obi, na-etili ihe mere onwe m. N'ihe mere onwe m, n'ihe mere onwe m, a ga-eti ya aka n'obi. Of course, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. I am George ONYIBE, and of course, still on the road to freedom. I want to first of all bless the name of the Almighty Creator, who has sustained us to this very moment, who have prevented the enemy of our people from being able to sell us. And I made a promise, and I intend to fulfill my promise. And that is simple. Nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of our people. But of course, if you want them to sell you, good and fine. The most unfortunate aspect of it is that they will sell you, use the money of which they sold you, give you a fraction of it to buy you biscuits, and then send you to the slaughter. That is the most miserable aspect of it. I want to appreciate those of you who has been able to develop this capacity to face the truth, irrespective where you belong. But then at the same time, my target is to be able to appeal to your conscience and help you to begin to reason progressively, to begin to reason as a human being. If you do not desire it, if you do not desire knowledge, you cannot acquire it. And now this morning I want us to briefly look at a message I entitled Biafrans. This is the time to pull out a loyalty prank on your representative. Biafrans, this is the time for you to pull off or pull up a loyalty prank on your representative. Now let's get it this way. If you are a regular social media user, you will notice something has been happening almost 2 years now. I've been observing issue of loyalty prank. It's so disheartening, you won't believe such things happen. And that is why you see almost 80 to 99.9% of loyalty prank pulled out always emanate or project, or it's ended by a heartbroken outcome. Unbelievable. And now, the same way, if you are able to pull out a loyalty prank on your representative, I have IPOB and Freedom Fighters or Tapiapia Freedom Fighters Association in my mind. But I just say your representative. Because if you must survive, in this time when there are people who make money by exchanging your destiny, people who make money by selling you, people who make money by betraying you, people who want 1 million followers on social media, Facebook, by deceiving you. My brother, you are in trouble. Ndi Igbo say, "Eno no fe nke na-agbo kutukutu." And of course, you know what happens to anything that is inside the soup. Fire will burn you. And when fire finish burning you, they will chew you, they will swallow you, you will go to the stomach, and they will shit you out, you will end in the toilet. That is why we are in the toilet already. If you say you don't understand that our people are in the toilet already, and then think again. We have been in the soup, they have eaten us, digested us, now they shit us out inside the toilet. But then grace set us apart. Do you want to go back there again? That is the result of every evidence you see around us today. In a country where we lose our voice, in a country where we do not have equal opportunity in terms of political, academical, economical, and all that wise, in a country where we are not allowed to be the author of our destiny, and then yet they preach oneness, let's look at it once in a while. We can be able to save it. This is not the time to live by the influence of instigators, gossipers, and deceivers. This is the time for you to rise up and know the truth for yourself. And if you are able to find out this truth for yourself, you can never be deceived again. Now, let's go back to the issue of loyalty prank. For instance, looking at loyalty prank as you see it on social media platform, I really don't like it that much. Because it is, for instance, causing a lot of breakup in marriages. And I want to believe there would have been ways to correct this rubbish. But on daily basis, you see, the people are not changing. The people are not changing. And then let me analyze one issue. A woman got married in less than a year. And within that 1 year and some more, she is 4 months pregnant. The husband works in oil company, always in offshore. He opened a boutique for her and everything she wanted. She has her private car and the rest of it. But the woman was connected to go and do hookup for 100,000 with 4 months pregnancy. And the man pulled up loyalty prank on the wife. And this is as a result of the man have been hearing so many new rumors about the wife in his absence. And lo and behold, a wife with 4 months pregnant went to look for the man. He hooked up in a hotel with the mindset that the husband is working offshore. You could see the surprise when she discovered it was the husband who has pranked her. And a lot of issues will need to come. Can that man trust again? Can that man marry that woman again? You think that man will accept that pregnancy? You see, the better half, 50% of what makes up that man is dead already. Somebody need to guide that man to be able to love again. Somebody need to help that man to be able to live as a human again. Because you know the consequence. The next woman that will come into the life of that man is going to see her. Because the man is going to suspect the woman even with his chicken, noiler or boiler fowl in the house. The man, he won't fly perch in that new wife body. The man is going to investigate it. You see, I need you to learn 2 things this morning. Most of the reason you see some of our people look like they are blatantly disassociating themselves from anything Biafra agitation is because they have pulled up loyalty prank on all these criminal career freedom fighters. And they are done with it. They've moved on with their life. Everything we are saying doesn't make sense to them. They now live in another world. Number 2 things you need to understand. Your life can never remain the same again. All this wayo you are seeing in Nnamdi Kanu and his gang pulling off, the end result is that they will quench the desire and the taste for freedom fighting. Their action already silenced our voice. Now we can't speak with one voice. Now we cannot confidently tell you that what we are doing, we are here to protect our people. We are here to reserve the right of our people. You need to know the truth. None of these people believe their partner could be this horrible until they try it. We are the one who have been telling you your partner is not faithful. Your representatives are not sincere. You have a role to play. Pull the prank on them. And if indeed what you find is the truth, you will get it at the end of the day. Now, let us come back. Look at our politicians. If you look at them closely, you will see they are not fighting for your interests. They care for no one. But somewhere along the line, you need to support somebody. But not until you understand that all these people are after their own benefits. and begin to distance yourself on how you relate with them, you cannot be able to hold them to accountable. You cannot force them to redeem accountability. And so they will exchange us year after year, year after year. I want to believe that in the nearest future, if Nigerians still remain, the political arena you have today will not be palatious anymore. It will not be sweet because the people will know the truth. I sit back and watch PDP and APC exchange the destiny of Nigerians. I see them trying to break out into other minor minor political parties, as if they are angel. The last time I checked, look at all the people contesting to be your Messiah, from Peter Obi to Tinubu down to Buhari, including Atiku. All of them were once member of PDP. They were all once member of APC. He said that they are PDAP or anyone. Go and look at all of them. The question is, if you say PDP is bad, and the person you are voting for was once a member of PDP, why didn't he change PDP when he was in PDP? Oh, yes, that is why they left PDP and they moved to APC. And then when they come to APC, I hope you are enjoying your one Nigeria. I hope you are enjoying what PDP, APC have to offer. And now the same people are going to say, no, PDP have failed us, APC is not doing well, we have to open another political party in the next 4 years. We will still be mesmerized. But you say it's okay. My guy, you have one life. Oh. Those of you who were 30 years when Buhari mounted office, my guy, you are 38 years now. Oh. And so in another 2 years of hopelessness, you will be 40. And let's assume the next person will take 8 years for you, you will be 46 years. And then another criminal will come and exchange your life. My guy, you will be 60 years, you are gone. Your children will bear the brunt. This is not because you are not hardworking. This is not because you cannot do something for yourself. This is because your political elite made your life miserable. And your constitution gives them back up. If you don't play them loyalty prank to know what they represent, they will be using you. After using you, they will use your children. They will use their children to use your own children. Most of them make it impossible for your children to school in diaspora. But I need you to have a moment of reflection and look at all of them. Majority of them went to school on scholarship. Their relatives, watch all this, your elite. 90% of them went to school on scholarship, but in their own time, no need for scholarship because the scholarship now goes to their children. But if you don't know who they are, you cannot be able to distance yourself from them to know what is happening. If you cannot distance yourself to know who they really are, you will be loyal to them. You will help them to destroy you. You need to pull that prank on them and know the truth. And then you will understand that they are supposed to represent you. By tying your road, they are not doing you any favor. By giving you electricity, they are not doing you any favor. Whatever they do for you, they are not doing you any favor. Normally, it's your right. We all serve this country. We all labor for this country. We all bled for this country. One way or the other, we have worked to protect a society. We think in return, we'll take care of our life, our property, to mention but a few. But how many people are playing prank, pulling prank on this leadership, talking about government arena? You see, nobody is doing that. And I see some people who have not even left their community, who don't even know anything about P2B. They know nothing about Atiku. They know nothing about Tinubu. But when they defend these people, you will see our next generation, may God have mercy on them. So you are telling me what they told you. It's okay. But let's leave at that. You have a wife. You have a husband. You cannot pull a prank except something is not right. It is something that leads to something. There was a time in my life, for instance, and I was at home that day. I didn't go to work. I was newly married then, and maybe around 11:30 or thereabout, my driver called my wife and then told my wife, Madam, I beg you, get wetin I won't tell you. No let Oga no say na me tell you. I see Oga now. He dey carry woman, they enter hotel. Madam, I beg, see the hotel, see where the Oga carry woman go now. My wife said, My husband, they carry woman, they enter hotel, you they see them. The man mentioned the name of the hotel. I say, okay, hold on. I go call you back. And my wife turned and looked at me. He said, you hear what your driver talk? I said, what did he say? He said, you just pick a woman into a hotel now. I said, yes, now, it's my double. But now, I thank God because I was at home that day. If I was not at home, may the Lord have mercy on me. And you see, that thing was actually meant to destroy my marriage. Maybe not for me. Maybe they were trying to set my wife up. But either way, whether they get to me or whether they get to my wife, they will destroy my marriage. And you see, because God was in my favor, you can't come and tell my wife for any prank. It builded trust. The union became more tight. We now see reason why we must verify issues before we dabble into it. Now, if you will be able to pull prank, find out what these people are, know them for who they really are, they can't mess you up. When we have dealing with people, we look at them. That game you won't play, we already know. We go and prepare capacity to improvise when necessary. So anyhow you want it, we are ready for you. If you want the truth, we give you the truth. If you want wayo, we give you the wayo. You want the mumu, we give you the mumu. Whatever you want, you bargain for, you will surely get for it. Don't just make the order. And then if every one of us have this capacity, choosing to stand by the path of truth, righteousness, fairness, equity, transparency, guided with progressive-minded individuals, we can't do everything. Today, it is almost impossible for Hausa man to come out and speak in favor of Igbo man. It is going to be sentimentally for Igbo man to stand up and speak in favor of Yoruba man. It is going to be erroneous for Yoruba man to stand up and speak in favor of Hausa or Igbo. We can hypocritically do this. We can in pretense do this. But in our heart of heart, we fear each other. We doubt each other because something has gone wrong and we do not know the state of things. But how I wish we are able to come to an avenue where everybody will know that if we ask for the review of one Nigeria, it is not for our benefit alone. No. If we are able to create a platform that will make the Yoruba to understand, the Hausa to understand, the Igbo to understand that irrespective of our position, whatever we stand to represent, the end result will be for the overall interest of all of us. We are not going anywhere. But who will stand? Why would they stand when they know the system is corrupt, rotten, true and true? But the solution or the way forward is to carry out forensic investigation regarding all these people who are standing on the gap to exchange not just your future, not just your destiny, even that of your unborn children. Now let us come back home. You look at the social media, what are you hearing? Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is sick. Aloy Ejimako said he's sick. But the Saifa Ejiofor say he's well. Nnamdi Kanu's wife is okay. They are doing well. But let me tell you the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is not sick. Nnamdi Kanu is just looking for how to meander and pushing sympathy mentality into most of you. Those of you who are ignorant, you know nothing about IPOB. You will be the one that will come on my platform and say, look at you, evil, shame on you. The man is suffering for you in Abuja. You are here betraying him. God will punish you. My guy, your cause cannot kill me. Your insult cannot tear my clothes. It won't change anything. But the truth I'm telling you can change your whole life. You're not in the position. Let me tell you about your insult, what you lose. Some of you have spent 8 years cursing Buhari. God go punish Buhari. Buhari go die. But look at Buhari. They are enjoying. The wife is robusting. The children are cooling off. God knows, somewhere around the globe where life is beautiful. God no punish them because God no be shoemaker. God no nag the nail for head because God no be carpenter. Don't you get the point? Now let's look at another dimension. The policeman will stand on a mountain roadblock and rob you. Hey, Oga, park, you park. Your particular, you give them. Your spare tire, you show them. Your jack, you show them. Your wheel spanner, you show them. For God's sake, you know, what business does a policeman have with wheel spanner? But this is Nigeria. They just need to rob you, whether you like it or not. And when you are able to show them all these things, the next thing you will now hear is, this car is registered in Essentia. They must find something to fault you. You must be arrested and you will pay heavily for it. Except they don't mean you. And eventually they succeed. As you're going, having been ripped off, robbed by the people who are supposed to protect you and ensure a smooth functioning society. You know nature is in your favor. You know God is on your side. But yet God does not see anything. Because God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. And then in your anger, in your misery and hopeless situation you have found yourself, what do? You resort to cursing. All these police, God will punish them, God will kill them, God will do this. But all the police will still be on that road and rob 100 of you over and over. They will remain there. Not that your cause don't work, your cause do work. But it doesn't affect those who are directly responsible for that crime against you. You can go to their descendant. But then you won't be anymore. So your cursing will not change anything. But you know what can change it? Know who they are. You may not be able to stop them, but you can be able to checkmate them. You cripple their activities and bring all the things they are doing null and void, to of no effect. Now, considering the media stage war we are engaging, I need you to pay attention. You have so many media platforms. 90% of all these people know nothing about IPOB. IPOB, a platform that were built by some of the greatest minds our people have known. The best of our best came together and built IPOB. But there was a different agenda in the heart of Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody said that when the struggle started, that they don't think Nnamdi Kanu was a bad man. And the man said, I met him one-on-one. I don't believe that guy I met was compromised. You see, along the line, he was compromised. My brothers and my sister, that is the truth. The Nnamdi Kanu we started this journey with was not compromised. He was a genuine man. Carry out a profiling on Nnamdi Kanu. Look at everything he has said till that point where he raised dragon flag. Watch the activity of Nnamdi Kanu, whether you join 2012 till 2017, when he sealed, delivered you and documented you to this moment. These are the boundary you need to carry out your investigation on. Check from the time Nnamdi Kanu started agitation and then stop at where he told you you are sealed, delivered, and documented. You will see something changed there. Something changed. Because when we said there is no election in Biafra land, it's supposed to end in that way. Let it be that Nigerians went on to do their election without us obstructing them, but let it be that we stood by our word. The confidence of our people would have been stronger than now. But something happened. And I can show you the faith of 35% of genuine agitators drop. Because till today, you have not bothered to find out. All our terms and conditions have been met. What did they seal? What did they deliver? What did they document? Remember, it is P2B and Atiku that sealed us within Nnamdi Kanu, document us, permanent us, and bring us here. They play the role. And when I say this now, some obedient Mugu will come and attack me. And if I see you on my platform, thunder will fire you. Because it's not about P2B. It's not about Atiku. It's not about Tinubu. It's not about Nnamdi Kanu. My concern is the future generation, our own future generation, my own children's generation, including your own. Because if my children become reverend father and billionaires, and your own children become poor man, you're not going to rest in that community. We will soon get to that stage. So, till Nnamdi Kanu sealed us, delivered us, and documents us, you see, 2 presidential candidates already, they have issue to answer regarding Biafra agitation. We will come there. Let them finish their Bubu Yeke election. We will stand from there. Am I telling you that I'm giving credibility to Tinubu? No. They are not. That is not my style. I can only help our people to see the truth and be able to take their stand. Because a day will come, somebody will need to defend our land. And then after the sealing, delivering, and documentation, Nnamdi Kanu moved from the path of truth. He now began to lie. That is when they tell you Israel has sent warship to defend Biafra land. Donald Trump has supported us. We are doing this. They now begin to announce the day Biafra will come. Eluhua has come. Eluhua has said, watch from that 2017 to 2019. 2 good years. Go and listen to every word that Nnamdi Kanu uttered. They were all lies. They were all lies. Now, a lot of atrocity have been going on in the Biafra agitation platform, which I could not point or figure it out to Nnamdi Kanu. But then with time, I began to see that all the atrocity going on is connected to Nnamdi Kanu. And I approached him. The Bible says, rebuke not an elder, but entreat them. Rebuke not an elder, but rather entreat them. What is the difference between rebuke and entreat? They are the same. It's just that the manner of approach is different. And so I constantly ask Nnamdi Kanu, have you considered this, your action, how it will affect our people? And then I become enemy. The very enemy I love. And then the next thing he did is how to rubbish me. Now I'm rubbishing myself for you. What will you do again? You come to kill me? My guy is not in your place. 100 Nnamdi Kanu and all his Shiran native doctor, you can't wake me from sleep. Tell Nnamdi Kanu, even your Ibino Kwabe will fight in my defense against you. Nihi neji mo for, ndibansi no ujo for Ghana, ujo for Ghana, mweza mafunamba. That is when we become enemy. Then watch Nnamdi Kanu till he promise you that Elohua will give you Biafra in 2020. Over 70% of those fighting for your freedom knew this is a prank. They pulled off. Remaining 25%. The remaining 25%, and then from 2019, he raised dragon flag. That dragon flag he raised till today, this is 2023, that 25% remaining, 15% also they are gone. Now the Kanu is standing with only 10% of our people. And that 10%, let me announce to you this morning that 7% out of the remaining 10% are Mugu. Either they are Mugu or they are bloggers. 7% remaining. You see, they are Mugu. When I mean Mugu, the ones Nnamdi Kanu told you that they have removed their brain from the back and put it at the front. Or they are bloggers. So when they stay on social media, they say, yes, we're going to do like this. Biafra is coming. Let us do like this. All they want is like. By now, you'll be seeing like here. You'll be seeing there, oh, you are formidable. Onwachineke, you are doing well. Onwachineke, this is over 50, half a decade and a half now. A decade and a half now, Onwachineke. Very unfortunate. And then when they start, they say, share, like, follow us, hit the button. Very unfortunate. We don't share, we don't like, we don't do that. But we say to God, let this message reach to our people. Beyond, we can facilitate it. And that is why most of you, whether you like it or not, you will see this broadcast coming up every day. Because we offer you the truth. It does not need defense. It's just like the word of God. And I remind you, he said, I will send forth my word. Slowly, steadily, surely, it must accomplish that which I desire. It cannot return to me without doing its job. So whether you like it or not, the difference is, did you get this message on time or you got it later on when you are paying the price already? And so now the Kanu is standing with only 3%. This 3%, 1% are his accomplice, the people who want to sell you. They are sharing the bounty, the loot of Biafra agitation. The remaining 1% are now the Kanu family member. Now the Kanu family member. And then you have the last 1% recruits. Just take the 3 group now, fighting for your freedom. One is now the kind of family associate. A subsidiary of Otapia Freedom Fighter. All his family member. The other one is the stakeholders, Abaterie. They are benefiting from your misery. And then the last ones are their line of defense. What are they doing? They are defending the lies. Take a little review on all the Biafrans you see today. You will see none of them were a member of IPOB in 2017. All this your hero. From that time on, they can raise dragon flag. A lot of people we don't know join agitation. People who know nothing about agitation are the one telling you what is happening now. Aside the lie they are telling you on social media about Biafra because they have money and they can manipulate our money. They don't know anything about IPOB. Where are all the structures built? All of them exposing Nnamdi Kanu hypocrisy. And what did Nnamdi Kanu do? He has destroyed all of them. Where are all the groups? Most of them were not directly destroyed. They couldn't manage it. And so imagine, you put your life in the hand of Nnamdi Kanu and all these criminals. You will see they are all lying to you. In our future, they have taken our voice. In our nearest future, they have silenced every voice of self-determination. But you can't see it. Move back from them and observe what is going on. You will see one way or the other, all of us have a price to pay. But if this is a price we must pay, let it be that we are fully informed. We are fully aware of the consequences of our action. I want to believe most of you cannot remain the same again. Like the loyalty prank I said, when the husband discover that even my 4-month wife can do hookup, that even my 4-month wife can do like this, it's like, what is the woman looking for? Is it the sex, the sweetness, that sex? Is it what the woman is looking for? Is it the money? Is she looking for baby because she's pregnant already? And now you see, none of these things make sense anymore. If it was sex she wanted, she could have a boyfriend, not a hookup. They are two the same evil, but the mindset behind both of them are not the same. She has money, and there was no need for her to look for more money. But you see, watch people like that. They are driven by greed. It is greed that is pushing Nnamdi Kanu and all his followers, not the love of the people anymore. Greed. Greedy for power. Greedy for financial control. Greedy to dominate. Nothing more. Because you go and watch that woman I gave you example with. These are the type of women that want to be the best. In their neighborhood, they want to be driving the best car. In their neighborhood, they want to be the people who have the best skin. Who you go to their cloth, you see the latest fashion. That is what drives those people. Nothing more. Look at IPOB platform now, supposing representing us, fighting for our right to determination, self-determination. You will see what they want is to be the authentic voice speaking for our people on social media. All they are fighting for is to remain relevant. From their lawyer, Barrister Jofo, did you not see their video eating chicken, freedom fighters? What a shame. But your heart has not been able to point you to what these people are doing to us. What a shame. They want you to believe that they are who they are not. That is what they are fighting for. To be relevant. Relevant for who? Relevant for who? They're not fighting for money because they have that money. They're not fighting to give you freedom because when you are free, you will question their integrity. They just want to be in charge. They want to be in charge. But in charge of what? In charge of what? But all I'm saying now is I'm not asking you to correct the system. Because you can't. Except you know what is wrong. So you have a broken down vehicle. In most cases, you can repair it. But even for the mechanic, the professional to be able to repair it, they must know where did this problem start from. And the moment you know where the problem starts from, your problem is half solved. It's applicable to every profession. It's applicable to every area of our lives. The essence I'm asking you, you find a way to pull prank on all of them. You will know the truth. That is when you will know where our problems start from. You think we don't love ourselves? Brother, we do. You think we don't care for ourselves? Brother, we do. You think we are here for stomach infrastructure? No. You think we don't know what we want? We know. But the problem is that most of us don't know where our problem started from. That is the biggest problem. So how can you solve a problem you don't know where it's starting from? You are a medical doctor. They bring in a patient in your hospital. What are you supposed to do? So because you are a doctor, you now take chloroquine, megaphosiosis, arabamaquine, otoromacin. You now knock them the injection. Bam! You will kill them. You will kill them. Because a genuine doctor will understand that a patient you are just attending to for the first time, you need to find out what led to that current condition. Sometimes you think paracetamol can help give relief, but that patient may actually be suffering from allergic reaction to paracetamol. You kill the person. I've been there before. I had some minor cold issue. It was not actually cold. And then I went to the doctor and I explained to them the air condition in my car, I think it's giving me pneumonia already. They did run test on me. They hammered me injection. I almost died. I had allergic reaction. They didn't run test on me. They didn't check anything. That is how it is. Those of you coming to jump into Biafra issue, you don't know anything. You will have allergic reaction. No? You can die for it. You take your vehicle to a mechanic. There is something known as brain boss. Brain boss is not mechanical. Brain boss is electronical. But when that electric aspect of it shuts down, it crippled the mechanical. And then the mechanic that is not enlightened will start losing your gearbox, start adjusting your top cylinder, and then start looking for how to touch the back axle, adjust the propeller. The vehicle will not stand. until you are able to diagnose the car and understand that the brain box has fault, everything will shut down. And so you cannot from the blues, only God nowhere, and try to think we can solve this problem, you can do like this. You are not going anywhere. But the moment you know what the problem are, what do? You will go to the right position and solve the problem. Now, to solve this problem, my brother, find out what those who say they are representing us, find out what their intention is, what is their mission, what do they want. You will see who they really are. That is the only time you can solve the problem. We have been looking at the issue of mobilization. This is the time to mobilize our people, to be able to find out what is really going on as it affects us as a people. And once we know what the problem is, you will see the solution is not far-fetched. The solution is just right beside them. And we can liberate our people, free our people once and for all time. And if it's a new Nigeria, and then we build it. If it's the complete restoration of Biafra, and then we bleed for it. And when it means dying for it over and over again, we do that. And then, if it is to sow a seed on behalf of the Igbo nation, that for one, the Igbo nation be restored, and then we go for it. Whatever way, we must know the true position, the true circumstance. We must know what has entangled us. We must find out when we were entangled. And we must desire to know how to be re-entangled. And then we must be ready to do the right or the necessary thing there. So while you are enjoying the shenanigan, the talent display, the videos, the entertainment on social media in the name of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu lie from one to another. His legal team lying from one platform to another. His recruited member live one place to another. My brother, pull back from them and find out what they are doing. Because my concern is that when you find out that you have been deceived, when you have trusted them, people like you withdraw your support, even when it comes to saving your family in the next future. Those who suffered in the era of Ojukwu, they don't buy any idea regarding Biafra. And most of them is not because of Ojukwu crime. Most of them was because every area of our life was not covered. If we have all this truth at our disposal, we can't allow the next generation to go through the same circumstance when we already know the solution. I remain George ONYIBE, and on this note, I will be winding up. But I know Nnamdi Kanu employees, social media warrior or tout, they are still sleeping by now. But they will see it later. And as usual, they will start cursing their father and their mother. But let me see if they are there before I will sign off. I have Edward Charles. He said, "Good morning, sir." Edward, God bless you. I hope this message reach you on time. Watch them. Call them on phone. Question them. You see Simeon Ekpa, they told Simeon Ekpa told somebody, Biafra is dead and buried. On a secret conversation. That was prank. You think that woman will believe Simeon Ekpa or Biafra agitators? Simeon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu loyal man, disciple, told somebody on secret conversation that Biafra is dead and buried. What I don't understand is why the level of stupidity of Simeon Ekpa Mugus is now higher than that of Nnamdi Kanu. The level of mumurism of Simeon Ekpa Atoro is unbelievable. But I don't blame them. Nnamdi Kanu don't have Mugu again. So those are his employees. But it is the Mugu now moved to Simeon Ekpa. My brother, good morning. We have another one. Okay, Paul. Okum. He said, "Good morning and happy new week, my bishop. Sir, I remain loyal. It is people like you that has made me not to deny my Igbo identity. If not for people like you, by now, I will say I am from Kwatangora. Because with what Nnamdi Kanu have done, it's unbelievable. But when I see good men like you, I am proud I have walked on this earth side by side with angels. Acknowledge you, sir. acknowledge you. And I have Felix Ifeme. Felix Ifeme, what did he say? He said, good morning, Mr. George ONYIBE. Hope your weekend was good. Mr. Felix, thank you. My weekend was splendid. You know, God is merciful and faithful. And I hope you had a wonderful one too. I wish you a prosperous week ahead, Felix. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate. And then you have Hugo Mountains. He said, good day, sir. My brother, I'm with you. Good day, my brother. All of you are doing good. Then let's not stand by and let them sell us. Because the consequence is that they will blame all of us for the atrocity of one person. Or all of us will suffer for the sin of one person. Let us build this platform. Let us represent the truth for our people. So they can be able to solve any problem that affects us as a people. If we don't do that, we don't have any headway to go anywhere. We cannot escape it. Politically, we're losing our ground. Socially, we're losing our ground. Vocally, we are losing our voice. Religiously, we are losing our ground. Who are we now? Are we a Shabbatarian? Are we a Rabatarian? Are we a Robotarian? Are we a Ogomo? Are we Christian? Who are we? In less than a decade, Nnamdi Kanu has shrine built everywhere in Igbo land. And then he's pretending as a son of Elohua, taking us to Abenokpabe, building shrine everywhere. All the Kononuma. We must learn the voice of the truth out, so that our people will know the truth. And I thank God for my father and my mother, who spent time irrespective of whose earth is God by telling me the truth. And I was shocked. My son told me something some days ago. He said they witnessed husband and wife fighting. The man was beating the woman up, that they were angry, they wanted to attack the man. And my second son said, and Daddy, we now remember that you and mommy said we should not get involved in husband and wife matter. That is why we didn't beat the man. No. But he said the moment the man tore the wife cloth, he said, Daddy, I didn't know women have power. That the woman beat the man up. And so there were two lessons to learn. That woman knew he can't beat the husband. But the woman knew my husband have a limit. And so when the man was bullying on the wife, beating the wife, my children were not happy about that. Maybe ordinarily they would have beat that man. But I told them, husband and matter issue, make una no put on our mouth. Because I don't know where they climb that tree. Allow them to come down. That doesn't mean you should not prevent them from killing themselves. But don't support any of them. Let them sort themselves out. Whether you are their mother or their... Advise them, direct them on the path to follow. And secondly, they were happy they didn't get involved. Because the woman they thought was weakling was even stronger than the man. He beat the man, better beating. Wives, I'm not asking you to beat your husband. Some husband may not forgive you. But I'm just giving you an instance. So when it comes to this issue, let's know the truth that is supposed to guide us. We can't fail in life. Because actually failure is in the definition coming from the mind of the individual. So is success. I will stop here since Nona and the Kanu Mugu have wake up and Simeon Ekpa Atoros. They are still sleeping. They will review what we have done and then they start yapping all over social media. But those things will not give us Biafra. Those things will not secure a bright future for us. Those things will only relegate us to the background. And we cannot allow that to happen. Thank you all of you who have joined. Thank you those of you who will join later. We'll continue watching over how all these atrocities, activities will affect the next generation and our own people. Goodbye for now. I remain George ONYIBE as I sign off. Ndewonu. Ndewonu.